Good day, my dear students. Welcome back to our Science Online Learning. This is your teacher, Teacher Heidi. Last time, we have studied the different sizes and shapes of cells. Are all cells the same? Are they different? So you have answered all those questions in our previous topic. Now let's check if you understood the lesson. You're going to answer true or false. So for the first one, cells have the same size. Is it true or false? It's false. Very good. Why? Every cell in our body has different size. They vary in size, especially smaller cells. What about this one? The largest cell in the human body is the egg cell. True or false? It's true. Take note that the female egg cell is the largest cell in the human body. What about this one? A red blood cell has no nucleus. Is it true or false? Come again? Very good. It's true. What about this one? I'm sure you can answer this one. A guard cell is present in animal cell. Is it true or false? It's false. A guard cell is present in a plant cell. And we still have one more. Every cell in an organism plays a function. Is it true or false? What do you think? Very good. It's true. Now, if you got 5 here in our recall activity, that means that you really have understood our lesson. Great job. For today, we're going to study the different cell organelles in plants. We're also going to study different cell organelles in animals. And you are also going to study about their characteristics and functions. So there you have it, my dear students. A simple recall activity and an introduction of our new lesson, which is all about the organelles. So I hope you will learn a lot from this. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy learning science.
We're going to study today all about cell organelles in plants and animals. Our objectives. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to 1. Describe the cell organelles and their functions in the cell. 2. Compare and contrast the organelles in plants and animals. And 3. Recognize the importance of cells in plants and animals. Are you ready? Now, cell. When we say cell, it is the basic unit of life. When we say basic, a basic unit is the smallest unit that can function on its own and show all the characteristics of living things. Now let's go back to the cell history. When we study cells, this is what we call cytology. Cytology is a branch of science that deals with the study of cells. In 1665, English scientist Robert Hooke used a microscope to examine a cork. And then from these, he called these cork cells now as what we call now cells. Then later on, here came other scientists, Robert Brown, who discovered the nucleus in 1833, Matthias Schleiden, who is a German botanist, in 1838, and he said that all plants are composed of cells, and Tudor Swan, Also in the same year, he discovered that animals were made of cells. And here came again another scientist, Rudolf Virchow, in 1855, and he said that cells come only from other cells. And then later on, the cell theory was developed. The cell theory is the combined work of Schleiden, Schwann, and Virchow, which make up the modern cell theory that we know right now. The cell theory states that 1. All living things are composed of a cell or cells. 2. Cells are the basic units of life. And 3. All cells come from pre-existing cells. Now let us have a short pretest about the animal and plant cell organelles. In your notebook, write the 11 organelles and you only answer A for animal cell, B for plant cell, or B for both. Take note, you only have to answer before the lesson. Start now. I'm sure everyone is done already, so let's now proceed. So this is what we call the animal cell organelles. As you can see, there are so many of them. And these are also the organelles in what we call the plant cell. So let's move on. Cells contain organelles. When we say organelles, these are little organs in the cell. And each organelle performs a specific function for the cell. We have number one, we have cytoplasm. A cytoplasm is a jelly-like substance that makes up most of the inside of the cell. It contains the cell organelles with different structures and functions. Centrioles are found only in animal cells and they play a role in cellular division. Ribosomes are protein factories of the cell. Endoplasmic reticulum. These are complex networks of transport channels, and there are two types. Do you know what are they? We have the rough and the smooth. For the smooth, ribosome-free and functions in poison detoxification. And for the rough, it contains ribosomes and releases newly made protein from the cell. We also have the cell membrane, or what we call the plasma membrane. This is the boundary of the cell. It also controls the movement of materials into and out of the cell. And it's a semi-permeable. It's a semi-permeable means it will only allow some materials to pass through it. Let's move on to the nucleus. The nucleus is the brain of the cell because it controls and directs all the activities within the cell. We do also have Golgi body or Golgi apparatus. It is made up of thin membrane sacs that are stuck together. Works with the ribosomes and endoplasmic reticulum. We also have the lysosomes. They protect the cell by destroying bacteria, and they also destroy old and worn out cells. We also have mitochondria. They are round-shaped organelles with two layers of membrane. It is the powerhouse of the cell. Do you know what is a chloroplast? Yes, it is found in plants and some algae. It contains the green pigment chlorophyll, and they absorb light energy from the sun. And it also helps in producing food for the cell. Now we also have vacuoles. Vacuoles store water and other substances in plants. As you can see, in plants, Their vacuoles are very big, larger enough than animals. And in animals, the vacuoles play a role in water balance and getting rid of soluble waste. So that's the vacuole of animals. The cell wall is found in plants that supports and gives it a rigid shape. It is freely permeable, which allows everything in solution form to enter the cell. And it is made up of cellulose, lignin, pectin, protein, and other compounds. So can you tell me the organelles that can be found only in plant cells? Anyone? Very good. We have the cell wall and the chloroplast. What about the organelles that can be found only in animal cells? Very good. The centrioles. And what about the organelles that can be found both in plants and animal cells? Very good. We have the cytoplasm, mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, ribosomes, lysosomes, nucleus, and cell membrane. Let us observe this Venn diagram where it shows the similarities and differences between the plant cells. Can you explain this? Plant cells and animal cells, both of them have their cell membrane, ribosomes, nucleus, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, vacuole, and mitochondria, whereas animal cells do have their own centrioles. That cannot be found in plant cells. And plant cells have their cell wall and chloroplasts. Did you understand? So in order to fully understand, you're going to watch the videos. Now let us have your post-test. A while back, you answered a pre-test about the cell organelles, whether they can be found in animal cell, plant cell, or both. Now let us now do after the lesson. I'm going to give you 1 minute. I'm sure you're done. Good job, my dear students. So in order for you to fully understand, I have also prepared cell games online. You can open the website below. You can click the tutorial if you would like to play for animal or plant cell to identify the organelles in plants and animals. And you can also take the quiz to check your understanding on the cell organelles. Good luck! Now after that, I'd like you to do a worksheet. Open the PDF file and answer the worksheet about the cell organelles and their function. So let's go back to our objectives. Ask yourself, can I describe the cell organelles and their functions in the cell? Can I compare and contrast the organelles in plants and animals? And can I recognize the importance of cells in plants and animals? If you can, after dealing with this lesson, very good, you've done a great job. But if you cannot answer all the questions, you need to go back to our video lesson. Thank you also to these sources for providing information. Thank you, my dear students, for your utmost participation. Good luck, have fun, and enjoy learning science. See you in the next period.